season of his life as far as the PSL is concerned, as he actually had a nice season the past season, but also in the coming back of Cape Town City to form. Ever since Lebohang Manyama came, he has been one of the key players with Cape Town City performing at the level that they are currently performing at. And not seeing such a player within the national team, though he was in the preliminary squad, is definitely one which most people would question. Reyners, his exclusion stands questioned with him being one of the best forwards in the Premier League right now in South Africa. However, he hasn't really played much for Bafana. I'm not sure if he is yet to even earn a cap. If he hasn't really contributed much. So his selection would be more of an experiment because we've seen players rise from small teams. Kanyisa Mayo, he is doing it again at his second season. And with Reyners, we've seen him do well, but this is by far his best season. And we've seen such from players like Ashley Dupreez. And then when he came to Kaiser Chiefs, he had a bit of a stage fright. So at Bafana, that is where such players choke. I'm not saying that Reyners is going to choke. However, I think he still has a lot to learn, a lot to improve. One of those aspects that have room for improvement is him being used to playing at the highest level. And testing him at the AFCON would be more of an experiment than a selection, which one would argue is reasonable. So I definitely understand the coach on that. Siyabonga Ngezana, whom I just mentioned, his league right now. He's actually a key player at a team which is actually the log leaders of the Romanian league. However, it still stands on what I said with some footballing countries being in comparison to the South African league, they are overseas by geographic location and a better level of income as players earn weekly and better amounts and with a stronger currency on the financial side of it. I get it. I absolutely get it on how it's an upgrade. But on football, I don't think so. I really don't think so. Not saying that it's less of an accolade for him to be where it's at. Okay, not really an accolade, less of an improvement because obviously he has more chances of attracting the best leagues in the world with where he's at in comparison to the teams it potentially attract with being in South Africa or Africa in general. That I understand. And it stands on that, but it's unfortunately only that. I don't think it's an achievement in terms of the league that he's playing at, with the league being far better and him actually playing at the highest level of football. He's definitely not there. I think the level that he's actually playing at, not him as an individual, but I'm speaking about the level of his league. It's more or less the same as the DSTV Premiership in South Africa. So it's definitely one that I don't question. I don't question the coach at all with Sebonga Ngezana's snub of Bafana. I think it was a fair one, but I'm not saying that he is actually someone who's less of a worthy shot for the Bafana jersey. He will earn it. I mean, should there come the right time and should he perform at a level which is beyond the level of his league, most definitely. But we cannot use the team that is playing for in thinking that he's ahead of our players from our country because he's still playing at a league in football terms. It's still the same as the South African league. And then we have Njabulo Blom and Bongobuhlo Hlongwane. Okay, the coach's answer on that, I think I'm going to leave it at where the coach answered. Though with Njabulo Blom, there is another story when it comes to the last time he was selected for Bafana, as he said that he had an injury, and then the coach asked for the medical report, and then there was a bit of what I call it miscommunication, maybe, because the coach actually told him to not come when he said that he's ready to play. But with the coach's reason, that's not what the coach said. What the coach said the recent interview with Andile on SABC, he said that they haven't been playing in 2 months. So with AFCON being intense as it is, football in general is intense. I mean, with the intensity that football is currently played at, you cannot just play a player who hasn't been match fit for the past 2 months. Fitness wise, they've been training, but I'm talking about match fitness. Have they been playing at the level of intensity that leagues are played at? No. So